And we are live. Hello, my naysayers. Good morning. I'm so happy to have you as always. I'm gonna be real with y'all. First of all, like I said, good morning, but I'm tired. Transparent moment. I'm tired, y'all. Like, this is normally the time where I'll be like, oh, I'm tired. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I'm gonna just do that later. But I was like, no, Nation, we can't do that. We can't do that. We said we're gonna be consistent. We're gonna stay in the schedule. We got to get shit done. We got shit to do. So we're going to show up today. And that's what's up. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I just got stuff on my mind. I got to do this. I got to do that. Like, I don't really just feel like, myself. And like, I don't want to be dull or whatever. But I was like, you know what? So again, I apologize, y'all. It's just kind of a gloomy day today. And I just, shout out to all the independent women. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets hard out here for a pimp sometime, but we here and we just sprinkle that black girl magic on there and we just keep it pushing. So I thank y'all for joining me today. Today we are going to be discussing episode 2 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 10. And so I must say this episode, I don't feel like it was as good as the first episode, but I mean, hey, we're here. So it starts with Kirk and Rashida. We find out that they have employed basically their whole staff at the Frost Bistro is their children and their children's girlfriends. And so me personally, I feel like if your children weren't raised, one, to do any fucking thing, and two, like in that environment of, you guys already had a restaurant and you guys, had them come crazy. You guys had them come on the weekends and like shadow y'all, and you had them doing little tasks, and they learned the business. They kind of grew into the business, so it would make sense for them to get of age and then kind of have a hand in running it. But I don't really get that vibe because I think y'all just opened a restaurant and y'all barely have any restaurant experience. So I highly doubt that they do. So the fact that they like run y'all restaurant is kind of baffling to me. Like, y'all seem to do pretty well with press, and I know that Rashida's mom has a hand in that, and she seems to be a great employee and an asset to that business. But I can't really say the same thing about these children. So basically, Kai's girlfriend and I think Little Kirk's girlfriend got into a physical altercation at the restaurant, and they showed us a clip on camera and everything, and it looked like kind of like a brawl or whatever. And so basically the kids are beefed out, therefore business is not running, because how can business run if one, the manager, who was Kai, doesn't even have any personal skills or respect and know how to talk to people? Then the staff is pretty much beefed out, therefore they're not working as a team, therefore the restaurant is not running. So I can understand why when Kurt goes to his I guess accountant and finds out that they're in the red. I mean, I guess you would be, especially post pandemic. Like, you open up post pandemic with this. Like, I would think after being shut down, like y'all were the end of last season, y'all would want to come with it. You know what I'm saying? With opening day, y'all would want to have like an A1 type staff going on. At least I would, but I don't have a restaurant, so they ain't none of my business. So then we meet Amaretta the Great. And at first, because like before the season start, it's always buzz about who's gonna be on the new season, blah blah blah. And so when they initially said Amaretta, it didn't register. But then I started seeing her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's that girl. And I'm so sorry I can't remember the name of the song, but she was on a song with this girl named Killuminati. It's like Kill Illuminati together or whatever. So I think it's like Killuminati. And like this song came out a few years ago, and it was my cut. And it was like they were just chilling in the bedroom, and Amaretta came out the door and like slid on the bed, and she was flowing. And I was like, and they was talking about some real stuff, and the girl, she was like, be a real boyfriend and be your girlfriend. And then Amaretta came back like trying to play the coach, just like washing soap. I was like, hey, you can't play the coach, just like washing soap. You know what I'm saying? So like when I realized that was her, I was like, happy to see it. And she is gorgeous. Like her skin, her and her mom, like there's, oh my God, I'm just like fucking mesmerized. And I'm like, who are these managers and agents that are trying to change her? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you know what? Of course, because nowadays it's all about being light skinned and racially ambiguous and ass, small waist, titties, Instagram model. Like, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that they would, because she does not look like that. Like, she's, chocolate. I'm talking about like rich, chocolatey chocolate. Like, I'm just like, damn, she got some beautiful skin. Like, her mom, it's like they like go. Let me stop because I'm slick fangirling like over this, but it's like I just love like beautiful black, glowy, healthy looking skin. Like, I don't know what it is, but like her and her mom are like gorgeous black women. But anyway, yeah, so I was really happy to see her, and I didn't know that she was, as you know known. But I guess, of course, cities and stuff have, and states have their, their artists. So I guess she's known in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, more so than before as far as like globally. But I bet she's known now or whatever. But anyway, great to see her. Um and she's definitely from Atlanta because she has that thick Atlanta accent. And if you are from Atlanta or know someone or somebody's from Atlanta, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She has it. Scrappy has it. I'm trying to think who else is on this show that's from Atlanta. Akbar, like, if you, it's like it's a very distinct southern kind of country slang. Just like Memphis has, we have our own kind of distinctive sound. Like, Atlanta definitely has that. So anywho, then we see Yandy and Mendices. They're still on the crusade. They're celebrating, well, not really celebrating, but they're remembering Breonna Taylor and celebrating her life on a year after she was, unfortunately gunned down. And it was so beautiful to see that. And I'm really glad that they're keeping her legacy alive. And it was just a really beautiful event in Kentucky. And Ja came, and Carly, we saw Carly for the first time. Breonna Taylor's mom, like, just such a beautiful thing. So then we see Erica, one of our favorite people, right? And she has her older sister there, and she tells us that she's 23 weeks pregnant, and she didn't know until she went to get a physical. Now, I don't have any children, so I can't really say what you know or don't know. But what I will say is, it's kind of hard for me as a woman to believe that you've had two children before, one not that long ago, and you were, okay, my math is not good, wait, wait. Okay, I don't know how many months that is. Did I write that down? But 23 weeks, 4, 8, 12. Wait. It's a lot. I feel like you should have known. Look, math ain't my thing, y'all. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. But I feel like you should have known by that damn time if you was pregnant or not. Like, and you have like a smaller frame, like you're not even no big girl. Like, I understand if you were like heavy and you may be, even with that, your body, you should still feel it in your body. But I feel like even if you were heavier, maybe you couldn't readily just see it like that. But like you know what I'm saying? So I don't see how you were that far along. And then you told us and him and everybody that you wanted more children. So it's like, I'm just confused. I feel like, just like you said to your sister, that you were afraid of how Safari was going to react. So you were pretty much just trying to keep it under wraps as long as you could and find the right moment to tell him after you guys had overcome whatever hump you guys were going through. But this hump just don't seem to be able to be overcame. So I think that's why you just had to, like, you just drew it out as long as you could, because at this point, again, 23 weeks. Okay, you have the baby at 40 weeks, right? And so then I'm thinking, okay, I don't know. I feel like you damn near your third trimester by then. Like I said, I don't feel like doing all that math. That's not my thing. But y'all let me know in the comments how many months that is. All I'm saying is, I feel like you knew already. Then yeah, it's nice to meet her older sister. I thought it was her mom first, but it's nice to meet her older sister once they actually showed her, because it's like the clip, I was like, is that her mom? But then when I actually saw her in their interaction, I was like, oh no, she's I can see. But it's good to see that someone loves her with her crazy ass. So good for them. So then, like I said, Kirk and Rashida, they're in the red because the children are acting out, and so therefore they're going to have a staff meeting. All right. So then we have Jockman DC's and the guy I don't know. I can't remember his name. I do apologize. But they're having like a touching bro moment reflecting on their time in jail, with two of them. Mendices and the other guy reflecting on their time in jail and how important it is to come out and be on the other side and help and be a voice for those who are incarcerated, especially in the Black community, because there's a very big difference, so to speak, in sentencing between Black people in jail and white people in jail. And that's going to be a whole nother video, because we can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on for that, about that. But it was really good to see them as Black men, one, on the outside after being in jail, because we all know sometimes you don't get out, so to see that they serve their time and they're out here and they're actually, it's not like, because I mean DC's could have come out and got Hollywood, you know what I mean? Some people do that. It's like, oh, I went to jail, but I don't. And honestly, I may have been one of them people, because I thank you, Lord, I have never been there, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So for anyone who has gone and come out like Remy Ma, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to see different people that go and serve their time, pay their debt to society, and then come out bigger, the brat, come out bigger and better than ever, and get to, be a voice and help people, especially within the Black community, and speak on injustices and be part of the crusade. And, it's just a beautiful thing. Like I said, that's that Black people magic. You know what I'm saying? That little spice, that little, what I'm saying, little seasoning we put on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know nothing about that. So anyway, so then we see young baby Tate and her baby here. And she's let's see here, she is meeting up with Amaretta, and it's great to see their relationship. I love to see, I just feel like we're better together. We really are, and that's really what I feel like Martin Luther King wanted us to understand. Like, united we stand, divided we fall type stuff. And it's like, we don't mesh with everyone, but I feel like with certain situations and certain, goals that we're trying to accomplish, and basically just working together for the greater good, and working to be better people. Like, I just think it's great to have community in those things, because life is hard. It really is. And to know that you have people that you can count on and that you can relate to, and you can be honest and vulnerable with, and you can share things with, and you can learn from, like, that's amazing. So to see two young Black women in the entertainment industry, in the rap game, being able to, lean on one another, and have a friendship, and not be hating on each other and trying to tear each other down and stuff. Because that's what we typically see on this show when it comes to, the women entertainers, or just the women on the show, period. So to see two new characters come on here and they get along, and they support each other, and they can relate and build a bond, like, I'm here for that. I really am. So shout out to Mona. Does Mona still produce this show? Whoever produces this, shout out to you. I appreciate that. But I don't appreciate young baby Tate's baby hair. So sis, you are amazing. You are beautiful. But that part right there, and because I'm assuming, because see, I'm 31. I don't have baby hair. I'm a grown ass woman. I don't, I might, because see, it's time for these to come down anyway. So I might try to do some yang with the edges. I don't know. But see, this baby here is for y'all young folks. I don't know nothing about that. But what I will say is, it kind of looked like they just created some for you. They just kind of like parted. Was that a wig? I don't know. I don't really wear them either. So I'm assuming they like parted the wig and like cut it, and then kind of. And my thing is, do you, boo boo? Like I said, you beautiful regardless, but that ain't really. Okay. So again, we see Carly Red. She has made her debut. You know what I'm saying? I'm really glad her face has settled down from the reunion because it looked like she was fresh out of Botox and fillers and stuff. And again, please understand me. I love my black people. So I'm in no way, shape, or form coming for anyone. This is not a bashing session. I'm all about the love, peace, and harmony. But we ain't gonna act like Carly didn't look like she was fresh out of Botox on that family reunion show. We just ain't gonna do that. We just ain't gonna do that. So again, I'm glad that her face seemed to have settled because now she looks like Carly again, and I'm glad about that. I'm really glad. So shout out to Carly. She's joining Yandy and the crew in Louisville, and again with the Breonna Taylor I'm gonna say celebration because yes, it was a tragedy, but at the same time, her life does deserve to be celebrated. And even though justice has not necessarily been served, well, it hasn't been served. There still has been such a unification of the Black community, and there has been such an outcry to listen to us and to understand our peril, to understand our struggle, and it's never really not been there. I feel like it just has been more so reignited. And with smartphones and videos and live and social media, everything is on the forefront now. Everything is like in your face. It's so easy to make things go viral and to put things out. So it's like, it's kind of, for me, I feel like I'm living through, the civil rights movement part two, also known as Black Lives Matter. So again, I'm going to look at this as a celebration because Breonna Taylor deserved and deserves to continue to be celebrated because she did not deserve what happened to her. And I'm really glad that they're keeping her alive. And I'm going to stop talking because I'm starting to get emotional because I'm thinking about her mom. And y'all ain't coming here for all that. So, okay. Get myself together. So, yeah. So, okay. So then Amaretta and her mom, they have a moment. Like I said, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Black women. And Amaretta's mom was once her manager, her momager, and Amaretta said it wasn't working out, so she fired her. And they've been kind of on the beef out tip since, kind of. I mean, still in communication, but not really. And so they have a moment. I'm assuming it's at her mom's house. I kind of missed it, so I don't know if it was both of their house or one of their houses. I don't know, but they're at somebody's house, and Amaretta is trying to make burgers with butter. I don't just cook like that. I'm getting better though, and when I do cook, it's good. So, we gonna see, but I don't think you do that. And her mom said you don't do that either. So I was like, okay, cool. So then they discuss, Amaretta's mom, which I can't remember her name. Sorry about that. But she basically says that she doesn't appreciate the fact that she has to hear everything about Amaretta's life on Instagram. And she doesn't really communicate with her. And she wrote a diss song about her mom. And Amaretta's like, it wasn't a diss song. She's like, first of all, we not really cool like that right now. And second of all, it wasn't a diss song. And she's like, how is it not a diss song? You talking about me? And she's like, no, I'm a poet. I put my feelings into my work, into my poetry, into my music, and that's my truth. And I'm sorry that you can't accept that, but that's my truth. Basically, Amaretta has told us that her mom put a man above her children. Some toxic ass man came into their life, and her mom pretty much prioritized him. And I know all too well how that shit is, so we're gonna move on with that. So hopefully they can work that out, because at least they do have lines of communication open. Even though Amaretta's mom does not seem too receptive, but that oftentimes happens. So, anywho, Kirk and Rashida, they have a staff meeting with their spoiled ratchet ass children, and that basically goes nowhere. Kai is the manager, but he can't even seem to take constructive criticism and listen to how he can improve and how he and everyone else was wrong in that situation that happened. It just seemed like a lot of just spoiled brat. He did it, but he said, but she did, but he said, but she said, and he did, and da 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 and da. And I'm just like, y'all let these fools run y'all restaurant, and then we sitting here trying to figure out why y'all in the red. I could have told you that. Like I said earlier in the video, math is not my thing. I could have been y'all lawyer and been like, look, I don't see this going well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do that. I can't do the numbers, but I could tell you that from good fucking sense. Like, what? Like have they even had jobs before? Like they don't even really give me now. I think the girl, what is her name? Because I want to call her Kai too, but I know her name's not Kai. Kirk's daughter. I feel like she may have worked at press, but I feel like if I'm remembering correctly, she didn't do good at that job either. So I don't know. I could be misconstruing seasons or situations, but what I will say is they all be fired fucking with me. I don't even think they would have been hired. They may have been like interns. I'll let you bust tables and see how you do in the atmosphere of this restaurant, but I'll be damned if I sit up here, oh, we cleaned out our savings for this shit. Do you think they give a fuck about that? How much? Okay, let me ask y'all this. Come close. How much of the savings that y'all cleaned out for that restaurant did they put in them? How much did they contribute to that? Okay, so why the fuck would you think they gonna give a fuck about what you talking about? That's a real question because first of all, they're kids. Yeah, they're of age, but they're fucking kids. They're fucking kids. And y'all know that. So I don't understand why you would even put that type of responsibility on these kids that do not have that experience. Yeah, it's cute to have your kids. Oh, it's the Frost Bistro. It's the Frost family. This is what we do. That's amazing. That's amazing. That is a lofty goal to have. You know what I'm saying? Like when I have children, if I have children, all that type of shit, and once my businesses get popping, I want nothing more than for them to carry that legacy on. However, I'm gonna keep it funky with you. If I have some irresponsible ass children, they just grow like that. That's how they turn out, regardless of what I do. Guess the fuck what? I'm not leaving them a goddamn thing with my name on it. I may leave them a couple dollars in a life insurance policy or something. Hopefully they'll use that, and do something with it. But I'm not leaving my fucking legacy to some irresponsible ass kids that I know gonna run my shit into the ground. Let's be real here. White people been doing this since the beginning of time, but let's be real about that. They will fire they fucking kids too because they don't have that kind of time. They'll set up a trust for them niggas and move on. You know what? Little Billy ain't gonna do this. And if I keep letting little Billy come in here drunk and high and cussing out customers and beefing with everybody, I'm not gonna have this fucking business. So you know what, little Billy, you just go on clock out for me. And I'm gonna just give you an allowance and you can just get the fuck out of my restaurant. You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't think that's just the best thing to do either, spoiling kids like that, but at least they still got their business. Yeah. So I just hope that y'all clean house with that shit and just actually go and get some people that are experienced in the restaurant industry. And I mean, you guys are Kirk and Rashida. People know who you are, and you're in Atlanta. Everyone lives in Atlanta. You can definitely find some employees. Some reputable ones, some ones that are not gonna stump out like a little baby and argue back and forth during a staff meeting. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in the Frost Bistro. I believe in you guys. You can do this, but you want to know where you need to start? Get the fuck rid of the whole staff. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody gotta go. Everything must go. We clean the house. Come get y'all shit. Get the fuck out. Like that's what y'all need to do. That's what y'all need to do. And if you feel bad about it, break them little niggas off a couple thousand. Look, here's a little seed money, little nigga. Go find your life. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out. Get your shit together. But you can't let no business, because first of all, most businesses don't even survive. So y'all already started at a disadvantage. Then you started during the pandemic. So that was really right before the pandemic. So that was really a disadvantage. Then you open back up and you got to deal with this stupid ass shit. And is it just me, or does Kirk have more hair than he used to? I don't know. That confessional, it looked like he had this dark hair. And I was like, I kind of remember him being almost bald, but I'm like, maybe not. Maybe, because it's been a while and, whatever. But okay. So let's see here. All right. And then again, We close out back at the Breonna Taylor rally, which is beautiful, and we see the future Mrs. Simon G on her Portia Luther the King. You know what I'm saying, making her Love and Hip Hop ATL debut. I was like, you better, you better, Portia. Look, look, look. I ain't gonna lie. I was side-eyeing the fuck out of Portia when all that Simon and Fallon and all that shit came out. You know, I'm like, that's interesting. You know, no judgment, but that's interesting. But y'all cannot knock Portia Luther the King and her hustle. You cannot. You cannot. Get your bag, sis. Get your bag. And while you're at it, fight for justice. I ain't mad at you. So yeah, and Yandy had her moment, you know what I'm saying? She was on her Yandy X, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? We gonna keep doing this by any means necessary type shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and that's where we ended off at. So next week, I believe Erica is gonna do like an extravagant reveal to Safari that he's gonna have another child that he doesn't want. And I think we're going to meet young baby Tate's boo thing, who seems like a complete asshole. So yeah, that's all, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sticking with me. I know I'm, not as jovial as I may usually be, because like I said, it's hard out here for a pimp being an independent woman having to make money for the rent. But you know what I'm saying? God is good all the time. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, y'all, it's been real. Toodles.